How do you know you are poorly managed by your line manager? And what are some steps that you can take to create a better working environment for yourself?
Wow. This is for a whole episode of MoloMolo.
Yes, Enrique, we've saved the best for last. How would you answer the first question? How do you know, Enrique, that you are the unfortunate bunch that you have a poor manager? What are some key things for you that immediately stand out to say, you know what, I'm pretty sure it's not me?
Yeah. I get it. I get it. I mean, this is when I think there's a big difference between a manager, a coach, and a leader.
Mm-hmm.
And these like three hats are very different. And because you have a head of in front of your job title doesn't mean you have those three hats. As I see it, it's very important that it's more like having more than a manager, having a coach, having someone who is there not only to tell you what you need to do, right? To do your job, but also someone who in explicit ways, like conscious ways, helps you thrive and excel and go to the next step.
Mm-hmm.
Even if sometimes could be, for example, outside of the organization
Mm-hmm.
you're in. And this is also something leaders and coaches and let's say managers should have in mind. Um, so I think it goes through that. You know it when you would say when you answer the question, do I have a manager? Do I have a coach? Or also as a complementary answer, like, do I have a leader? And this is whenever you can answer those three, then you probably know.
And if I were to kind of go a bit deeper, would you say that you get to that answer quicker if you feel like you seem to be having a manager that is not a leader, or there is a leader but that cannot manage? How do you see it?
Well, it could be both
What would you take?
sides, right? Because you could have someone who might not be really a leader. Well, it's a manager, and well, things move forward in the day to day, but that's it. We are limited to the execution of things,
Mm-hmm.
which could be enough for some people. In my personal case, it wouldn't, but at least it makes the machine turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could also have someone who is a great leader, and it could be a very inspirational leader, but in the managing side could be a little bit trickier, right? With
Mm-hmm.
like time management or deadline management or a workload of the team,
Mm-hmm.
these kind of things. I think there are symptoms of the two of them, right? These
Mm-hmm.
two. And well, or even the third, the third one would be poor management and also not a leader well.
Yes.
That would be seen pretty fast.
Yes.
But the other two, I think it's not right away that we would get to get the attention of these things happening. We have to have a conscious review of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And say there's a symptom here, and it's not that easy to get to those because sometimes we have another symptom which is not really the root cause. And then when you think about it, you go down to it and you say, okay, if I were to evaluate my manager, my line manager, then I ask those three things like, how is he as a manager, as a leader, and as a coach? And then this is kind of like the cornerstone to then take action, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whatever this could mean. But yeah, I think it has to be conscious and conscious feedback, like something that you really sit down and think about it and hopefully talk about it
Mm-hmm.
in your team or with your line manager.
Yeah, no, very good points. I mean, like you said, we can go very deep into this, But the only thing I would add to kind of what you're saying is that, at least for me, of course it goes with personality, right? Because I've managed different teams, different personalities. I've been on both sides, right? Of course. I mean, I had to. And the one thing that always sticks out for all the managers that when I think about them today with a glowing smile on my face, was they took personal interest in me. Every single one of them. There is not one manager that I think of today with kind of a fuzzy feeling of love and appreciation that doesn't know who Lerato is, my wife, that doesn't know who my son is. Not one. So were they kind of the best way people to manage technically progress? Probably not. But were they able to identify talent and allow and create an environment for them to thrive and to grow and to give and to allow them to express their opinions? You bet you. So, like I said, you can go deep into this, but thanks for your answers, because I do think it's important. I mean, this is important for all of you guys who are watching this. These are two professionals who are talking. They've got, all of this is very heavy and also very measured, because, you know, yeah, we don't want to, there's no need to call out names here, but it nonetheless very important to talk about them. Very important. These are topics that some of you are already facing them. If you are facing them, that's the reason why you should join MoloMolo and have people like Enrique and myself kind of, just discuss these things. So before we end, I want to kind of, the second part of the question. Now, in the event that you've recognized and you've kind of validated your feelings through other people, what are some of the, what can you do about it? What are some of the steps? What are some of the key things in your mind that are crucial in not making now this a personal battle and it's just like heavy, bro? Like you wake up, you're thinking, oh snap, oh my word, it's Monday, it's review day, it's review day, it's my one-on-one. What am I going to say? Like, you don't want to get to that point, and if you do get to that point, how do you kind of deflate and kind of make it a more workable environment? What would you say?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing, something that you said is like not to take it personal.
Mm-hmm.
We are all humans, right? And we have our good times and our not very good times. And it's also about empathy. You don't really know also what that person is going through, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what kind of pressure, professional or personal, she or he has. So it's also about this empathy of saying, hey, there's something that we could make better, but we are humans and we make mistakes. And it's about taking in a very human touch perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would be the first thing. And then about something more practical, it's, hey, let's go to action, right? An action starts with a candid feedback and a good conversation with a Colombian coffee or tea, whatever, something that works for both parties, where you can have honest, transparent conversation about how things are and how they could be better. And especially because you wouldn't like to, on the Monday you describe, and then the next Monday, and then the next Monday, keep things to yourself, and somehow they will get out, right? And sometimes
Mm-hmm.
if we wait too long, they don't come out in the right way. So it's better to have this constant feedback, evaluate things, and move forward and take action. I would say evaluate things, take action, move forward, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's not gonna work at the first time, but at least there's already a framework of empathy and good feedback. And this, I think, it's the very necessary things
Mm-hmm.
to move to a better place.